What's up, guys? Just back with another video. Just wanted to react to a video that I saw earlier today. Just Pierre Polyev addressing the whole puberty blockers, hormone blockers, kind of with addressing children taking these kinds of things and whether he thinks it's a good idea or not. And let's have a look at the video, and then we'll talk about it a little bit after.
Do you support age restrictions for puberty blockers and hormone therapies for trans kids?
I think that Justin Trudeau is trying to divide and distract Canadians by spreading disinformation about the decisions that premiers and parents are making.
What do you think? What do you think? I want to know your position. What's your own party policy? It's your own party policy. Party
I think we
convention.
should protect the rights of parents to make their own
What does
decisions
it mean?
with regards to their children. And I believe that adults should have the freedom to make any decision they want about their bodies.
With minors.
How about children?
Children and medical interventions for minors as your own party member suggested.
Medical interventions like what?
That is the language of your party.
What medical interventions?
Well, you would have to ask your party members.
What medical
such
interventions?
Such as puberty blockers and hormone.
For minors?
Yes.
Irreversible. You're talking about
I
irreversible.
would like to understand your
I just want to be
position.
clear. No, I want to be clear. I just want to be clear. Puberty blockers for minors.
Do you agree with
I think that we should protect children and their ability to make adult decisions when they're adults.
So you
And that
think
would affect-
only adults?
I think-
Only adults should make the. You said yes. Just to be clear, you said yes. Only adults should take puberty blockers.
I think we should protect children, let them make adult decisions when they become adults.
So that's
So
it.
you support age restrictions?
You are against puberty blockers for kids under the age of 18. Is that
Yes.
clear? Okay. What about? Can I ask you about in Alberta?
By the way, I just want to make another comment on this. Justin Trudeau is again puffing out his chest, trying to divide Canadians and attack parents who are trying to protect their kids. He will, in the end, back down on this, just like he had to back down on his firearms policy, just like he had to back down on bringing in medical assistance and dying for people suffering from mental illness. Just like he's backing down again and again and again. He will back down on this because he is not interested in protecting kids. He's interested in using this as a divisive wedge to distract from doubling housing costs and quadrupling carbon taxes on our people.
You're against puberty blockers for kids under the
Yes.
age of 18. Hey, what about opting
Yes,
in?
He's already answered the question, guys. Now, the first couple things I want to say about this is, he was he was answering the question like in a kind of non-direct way, which, as you know, I just made a video about this. Just answer the questions. Now, he eventually did answer the question very clearly. He said, yes, I am against children taking puberty blockers. I know this is going to come off as controversial or potentially offensive. I do not mean this in an offensive way to the trans community, but I agree with him. You can't just let children make these life-changing decisions. These are medications that if you take, they can have irreversible damage. Now, the other thing that I want to say about that too is, I know a lot of people, especially on the left, might be upset about that, but listen, we do not let kids drink. You don't give a 10-year-old a six-pack. You don't let a 10-year-old get behind the wheel of a car. We don't let 10-year-olds vote. I'm sure if it were up to liberals, they would love it if they can get a 10-year-old to vote, but they can't vote. They can't get a tattoo. Because children cannot make these kind of decisions when they're that young. Especially, and I'm sorry for saying this, actually I'm not sorry, let me take that back, but it's kind of being pushed. Especially in states in the US like California. These are children. I completely understand when parents are saying, hey, leave our kids alone. Okay, they're not old enough to be doing this kind of thing. If they're an adult, especially, I would even say maybe 25 when they're fully developed. I think it's called like the frontal cortex, so the part of their brain that's fully developed. That's when you're going to be able to make the best decision. That being said, if you're an adult, you're 19, 20 years old, well, you're technically an adult, you can technically make that decision, fine. 10 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old, You're not old enough to do any things, including another thing I forgot, fight in wars. Right? So there's a reason we protect our kids from these things, because they're not capable of doing these things properly, or handling the responsibilities of driving a car or drinking properly. So we stop them from doing that, and it's illegal for them to do it. Why is it now that people are saying, well, we need to, if they say they're the opposite gender, we need to transition them to that gender? I understand that, it's like, well, what if they are trans and we're delaying their transition? Doesn't that hurt them mentally? I can understand that. But also, you're going to have these kids making these decisions, and if they decide when they're an adult, they decide that they're not that gender, and they want to go back to their original biological gender, they're not going to be able to do it properly, and they're going to have a lot of health problems because of it. I've said this before in other videos. I don't know if you guys have seen those ones or not. They don't tend to get pushed on YouTube as much, but hormones are very, very, very powerful. I've been on testosterone for about 4 years now because I had low testosterone, legitimately. And I didn't start taking it when I was 15. I started taking it when I was 30 because I had low testosterone. I'm telling you how effective this stuff is. It's very powerful. And, all these people think, well, testosterone, you're taking steroids, and that's bad for your heart. If you take too much of it, sure. But guess what? If you don't have enough of it in your system, it's also bad for your heart. And if you start giving, 10-year-old girls testosterone, sorry, that's not wrong. That's not right. That's wrong. They're going to likely have major health issues. We got to leave it up to parents to make the decisions for their children, because parents, if people didn't realize this yet already, parents want to protect their children. And I believe in some states, and maybe even here in Canada, I believe in some states, though, I think even California, the kid can go to the teacher, and the teacher can essentially sign off on it without parental consent. That's ridiculous. I'm not saying the trans community is out to hurt children or do anything crazy. They think they're just doing what's best for the children, but they are wrong. You can't do things like that, because it's going to hurt way more people than it's going to save. I promise you that. And again, I know this is very complicated. It's very, maybe not so complicated, but it's very controversial. I am not out here to stir the pot or troll the left or troll the LGBTQ plus community. I'm not out here to do that. I'm just saying Pierre Poilievre is taking the right position on this, because giving hormone blockers to kids is very dangerous. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Again, I always read your comments. Sorry if I don't always reply. There's getting to be quite a bit of them, which I do appreciate, but I do read them. So let me know what you think in the comment sections. Do you agree with Pierre Poilievre? Do you agree with the LGBTQ plus community? Which side are you on? Do you have a different take or a different opinion? I'd definitely love to hear it in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back shortly with another video.